Okay, we're gonna talk about rejection sensitive dysphoria and other bullshit ADHD symptoms. So if you have ADHD, you're gonna wanna save them. My name is Trishla. I'm a trauma informed life coach with a raging case of ADHD. It's also my superpower, and it's probably yours too. So let's begin, shall we? Rejection sensitive dysphoria is often a symptom or a qualifier of somebody having ADHD, which is also akin to qualifying a surfer as getting wet when they begin surfing. It's like, thanks, Captain Obvious. You want to know why a symptom of ADHD is rejection sensitivity? Because they get shamed for being themselves. They can't fucking fit in. They can't fucking sit still. They can't shut the fuck up. And when we live in an ableist society, it's really hard to be one of these pieces of the pie that doesn't seem to fit. So when that happens, we bump up against two intrinsic needs that every single human being on the planet has, and they're a paradox, and they conflict with one another. First need every single human being has is to be accepted, is to belong. And the second is to be authentic, to be yourself. When authenticity and acceptance, right, when we're up against each other, authenticity gets trumped by acceptance 99.9% of the time. The problem is, if you're neurodivergent, you don't fit. You don't fit. You don't fit. So that intrinsic need of acceptance ain't happening. So right out of the gate with neurodivergence, we're not dealing with rejection sensitivity problems. We're dealing with shame because of who they are. They don't fit. They can't be accepted. And so they're labeled as disordered. And then we're shocked when people are like, I can't believe they have rejection sensitivity. That's a symptom of ADHD. No, it's a symptom of rejection. Oh my God. Okay, so that's just one part of this rejection sensitivity problem people with ADHD have. That's just the first thing. You can't fit. People see it. They shame it. They label it as a disorder. And people are like, oh my God, I can't believe they're sensitive to that. You're sensitive to it, Gail. You just have a fucking neurotypical brain. You're born on third fucking base. The other thing that perpetuates this rejection sensitivity is the copious amounts of self-betrayal it takes to mask, to pretend all fucking day that you know what's going on or pretend that you're somebody that you're not, much more so than neurotypical people. I'm not trying to pull rank here, I'm just saying. So that's even more internalized shame with a neurodivergent brain. And last but not least is qualified people like teachers or experts that label your authentic way of being as a fucking flaw. In other words, being yourself, who you are with a neurodivergent brain, by people with a bunch of fucking letters after their name, who've decided that this is a disorder, we surrender our agency to people like that and we fucking believe what they say and internalize that. More shame. The more shame you have, the more sensitive to rejection you're going to be. It's law. My thought is, what would ADHD people look like if this was looked at as a gift and not a problem? Because in my experience as somebody with ADHD, anything I can't do, I can fucking hire somebody to do that. But it's very, very difficult for me to hire somebody to do what I do because of my neurodivergent brain. Now, if I could just deal with all this internalized shame as a result of being different, this rejection sensitivity dysphoria that I have, imagine what I can do if I wasn't dragging that fucking weight around. So here's the bottom line. Rejection sensitivity is not a symptom of ADHD. It's a symptom of ableism and internalized shame. This happens all the time to neurodivergent people. It's not just the neurodivergence they're dealing with, which is part of their fucking gift. P.S. Neurotypicals are not going to change the world. Neurodivergent kids are. We need to deal with the shame and the internalized flawed belief systems that we have about ourselves. We've got this entirely backwards. There's nothing fucking wrong with you. Your brain works differently. And thank fucking God it does. I see you. I love you. Don't worry, I will never shut the fuck up about this. I'll see you tomorrow.